Welcome to this Maya 15-minute lesson on component selection. Now with component selection you select parts of an object. In this case we're going to be working with the basic shapes, and you can actually start to model those or manipulate those to give you different looks. So let's start off with something like a sphere here, and I'll just come into this, and just to simplify I'm going to go into the attribute editor up here, and I'm just going to reduce this down to 8 so it's quite rough there, and then we can have a look at the components. Right, so because we're working on the Polygon tab, this is a polygon, and a polygon, you want your polygon to have 4 sides, and you can see a potential problem at the top. We've actually got triangles which are 3 side, so we might adjust those to get ourselves a quad, and to do that we can use component selection to select certain parts of the object. Let me right hand click on this object and you'll see it will bring up a little panel. Say vertex, vertex face, faces, multi UVs, and object mode and edge. Let's start with the object mode. If I select object mode, I can then select this object like this, and that is basically object mode. If I right hand click and go to vertices, it will give us these little dots, and these are where it intersects with the edges to make up the actual quad or the face of the polygon. And with these faces you can use these move tools to manipulate these vertices. See how it's changing the shape? And you can select multiple ones. You can press the shift key and you can start to select multiple ones of these if you want to. Yeah. You can also unselect them by clicking on them again with the shift key held, and select only certain ones. Now I'm pressing the control, holding the control key and pressing Z to just go back. So that's the vertices. Now the next one I'm going to look at, right hand click, we're going to go to face. And with the faces selected, again we can move the whole face. You can also shift select the faces and move bigger areas. So for instance, if I wanted to move this up quite a lot, I could go to this side view, I could drag here across the faces, and then I could just move them up like this. Yeah. You can also do things like extrusion. So if I select a face, come up to edit mesh and go down to extrude, I could also extrude a new face out of this piece. I could also then click here and scale that piece down, and then I could go in and do another extrusion and bring it out and form a shape that way. So that's the faces. So the next one to look at is the edges. Now the edges here are whatever links up, so I can select an edge, press the W key or hit here, and you can actually move that edge. And you can extrude geometry out from an edge as well. So I could go to edit mesh and I could go to extrude, and notice how I can sort of move this edge out. Now one side is black, and that's because it's the opposite side or the opposite face. We haven't got into normals yet, but that's actually the reverse of it. If I just go to face, click here, and I just delete a few of these out, you'll see that the inside is all black, and that's because it's not the correct side of the face. You can swap the faces around, but we're going to talk about that in a different lesson. So I'm holding the control key, pressing the Z key, and I can go back. You can go back a certain distance with the control Z. So that's kind of the main ones that you'll use, is the face, the vertex, the edge, and the object. You might use vertex faces sometimes, but probably not. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this lesson on component selection inside of Maya. Let me just click this and just show you how it can be applied to a cube as well. If I select this face, let me press Ctrl E to extrude. I can extrude faces out of this, and you can very quickly start to build shapes up. Like this. So component selection, a really important part of Maya, understanding how the geometry is as far as polygons are concerned. Welcome to UKOnlineTrainingCentre.com. Now I just wanted to tell you about my website. If you visit my website, you can get a lot of good deals direct from me. So get in the loop and visit UKOnlineTrainingCentre.com, where I'm going to be offering discounts and coupons, latest news and previews, live webinars and podcasts for 2017. So it's a really good way to directly get in touch with me and see the latest goings on all of the courses that I create. Now remember, I also create the monster training courses as well. So UK Online Training Centre is a combination of all of my courses all in one place, and I'm going to be offering loads of new features for 2017. So hopefully you check me out and see what's all going on in the world of UK online training.